welcome back to this new session. Okay, yeah, we want to talk about how do we go from now that we have, remember in the last session I showed you, we now have the code can really work for different months. However, there is one piece we didn't touch on, okay? We didn't touch on the, loading the data into Redshift, okay? Let's quickly do that, okay? Now that we have a new schema now, let's change the schema and then let's try to load the data. Then we'll run for multiple months, okay? All right, so now let's change this. This is for Redshift, right? Remember? So then we'll change this to gold, New York City updated. All right, and then let's run this. Okay, and here, okay. See, it says create schema if not exist. So we're gonna call this updated, right? And then we're gonna create the same. We're gonna change this to updated, right? Then so we're gonna run this. Let's run this to create the table, right? And then we will load the table into Redshift. Oh, I made a mistake somewhere here. Okay, I made a mistake here, so we're just gonna run this again, and then we'll run this again. It should work. All right. So we should have July data in. So let's take a look. So now we should have updated. So let's have updated as a new schema we created. And then let's run this. It should work. Beautiful. And then let's run the same code we had the other time. Okay, actually what we're going to use, we just use, you can see this is 33 records, right? So if we have more data, it will be more than 33. Okay, it's not a big data, so we're just going to leave it at that. Now that we have this right now, guys, just watch and see. So this one we don't need to run again. So we're just going to comment this out. We don't need this guy, but we do need this. And then we don't need this, but I'll keep it. It doesn't hurt. And then we're just going to switch around. So let's switch, and then we're going to run the entire code. Before we do that, I want you to see it end to end. Okay, so let's read this data again. We're gonna read the new data. Remember, this one we are reading from the. Actually, let's delete this record. Let's delete this from. We're gonna delete that. Okay. Beautiful. So we're gonna delete that, and then we're gonna reconnect again. So let's the new data we just created, we're gonna ingest it, Redshift, and then let's copy the we're just gonna copy the connection string here. Just give me a second. So we copy this. All right. Now we know for sure that's not our database. And then we're just gonna use New York City underscore taxi. And then we click OK. It should pull up the data. Beautiful. We can see this is the one we just created. We're gonna load it. Import. All right, now let's take a look at this data. Now what we want to do now is that we want to load more data, right? We don't see any August data yet. So now that we have a working code, we're just going to switch that to let's switch that to 08, and let's see. We're going to run everything at once. So let's see, run everything below. So it's going to run all the entire code, and everything should work like magic. Guys, this is exciting, man. This is really, really great. So let's see. Everything is working just now. It's working quite well. All right, so it's saving the data. That's great. Yeah. All right. It's running this beautiful just now. All right. We didn't need to run this again. I'm gonna comment this out. Okay, but anyway, it shouldn't impact what we're trying to get, our results. So let's see. Beautiful. You see it's now running. Everything is running as expected, and I expect Redshift to run too. All right. Awesome. Okay. Now everything has run successfully. Let's see. Let's query this. We should have more data now. You can see we have 67 data, 67 records. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's refresh this guy, and let's refresh, and we should have more data coming. Awesome. You can see easy, easy. All right, great. Now there is one more twist to this. Okay, we can continue like that, and it should work. It should work. Okay, so let's do one more. Now before we do that, right, you see here we always have to come within the code here to be able to call or the different mod. What if we can do something a little bit fanciful, right? So we're gonna do that in our next video. Okay, for now you see it works perfectly fine, but we're just gonna make a little bit of a twist to it. All right, and we're gonna look much more awesome and much more robust. All right, thank you for watching, and I will see you in that next session.